Namaste, I'm Ramya. Please come in. I'm an artist by profession, and I do take classes, art classes, and I will show you the way we live. So this is a small foyer area. This cabinet houses my, usually everybody's home houses their shoes, but here we have kept a lot of storage place for other accessories. And this is a small fountain that was built by my son. And this bowl that you see is a stone bowl. Ancient days they used it for cooking, so it's a cookery pot which we picked up from our native, and now it acts as a fountain for us. So these are all the paintings. This specific collection of work that I have done is based on the color therapy. So each color speaks for its own. And yeah, a glance of this as you go out and as you step in gives the vibe of the energy as you walk in. And this is another artwork done by me. So this is again based on Shiva Parvati, the Sati, where she sacrifices herself on the yajna. And again she takes a reunion with Shiva, and then the Ganesha and Kartikeya are born. So this is basically the life behind every woman that I have tried to bring out. So it is a total concept that I have worked with. So again, if you see, these are some of the artworks that I have done. These were the farmlands that we had earlier, which was given away or sold after a drought. So my father-in-law sold the property. Now whatever left was a small black and white snap that he handed over to me. So from that I drew this picture just in memory. So every time we look at this, we are taken back to the memory of the fields, the farmland. Again, this is a Ganesha that we had done for our previous house. So this was on the entryway. This was a door basically which we created. So my husband picked up these small tiny iron pieces which we designed on a Photoshop. Then we built the door with a carpenter at home sitting and working the way we wanted. And then the picture was painted by me. So this piece of wood can be removed, and you can have another painting later on stage in case if you want to change it. So that was a concept behind, and the brain behind was my husband. So again, as I walk through, you can see a lot of furnitures which we have acquired from our ancestors. So this particular jhula that you see, this is one signature piece of any South Indian house you visit. So this jhula that you see, this door basically of my native, this is a backyard door which we later replaced. So this backyard door was again lying in the, it was just lying around. So we picked up, we converted that into a jhula, and it works so well. Again, these artifacts that you see, the wooden carvings, that was collected by my husband from a church. So this came for an auction in a church, and one of his friend who knew that we were into such taste, so he called him immediately and told him that this is going for an auction and probably you would like to have this. Again, the furnitures here, these are a little bit of Kerala you could call, the wooden furnitures. So we try to basically stick on to the wooden furnitures, so that gives longevity and sustainability. So wherever you move, you can just remove the cushions, change the covers, and then it is done. So this cupboard that you see is again a mini library where we stock our puja items and the books, and this is day-to-day puja activities and books are kept here. And this is a small utility space where we hide away the mandates like the calendar, the key holders, everything is kept. So as you walk in, this dining table, we sourced it. Again, it's not a fresh piece, it's taken from a known person. Because these are of teak wood, we thought it values more than the day-to-day wood products. Of course, the top is not a teak, but the bottom is a teak. And this table acts just not as a dining area. This acts as a classroom for me when kids come in. So we scatter things across. It's a workplace for me. So all creative sessions happen on this table, and we make it a point that we all sit together and eat as a family. Then as we walk in, you can see this cabin that you see is part of the dressing table. The mirror has gone to my foyer area, and this works as a unit which holds all my day-to-day activity things. One is for my gardening, one is for the medical kit, one uses for all my stationeries and stuff. And this Murphy radio was handed over by my grandpa, and it's in a working condition. Then again, this was used as a water container by my in-laws. Now I have just used as a potter. Again, this we picked up from roadside when we were going on to our native Kanyakumari. So this was on the roadside. A person from Kerala, he was selling these items, so we immediately bought it from him. Now we are stepping into our bedroom, the master bedroom. And here again you see these are the antique furnitures taken from my in-laws. So this was again on the loft. We picked them up. This can be dismantled to pieces, very tiny pieces. The leg is the biggest one. Then it was all in the loft. So we took them, we managed to put them together. Of course, we added few touches for it to get the aesthetics. And again, this cupboard, this almara was sourced from my neighbor in my native, who was giving away his house for renovation. So we picked this up from him. He called my husband. He said, "You have a taste. You come and see this things from me. Whichever one you want to pick up, you can pick up." So this almara he picked up from there. And then this is a small jewelry chest, and this is a trunk which was given to my mother when she came after marriage. So the trunk was in a very bad shape and she was about to dispose it. When my husband picked it up, we painted it, and we made those legs, and we got them to use. And that's also a memory box where we had stored all our photos, those black and whites. Again, this is another almara which we took it from my mother-in-law. So this again had a cupboard. So we broke the cupboard just to fit the almara in, because we wanted more of a room space. Walking from my bedroom to the workplace, so this is where I do my classes. So this acts as a camera come a laptop, and this is connected to the screen. So I see the work of my students on the screen, and I do the work here. So this is a small unit where I am also an Olympiad coordinator for drawing, and This unit I've placed it here so that I always have a view of the outdoor. So it has a nice ventilation happening, the sunlight falling in, and yeah, it gives me a lot of concentration when I sit here to work. Vertical garden, which is catching up nowadays. What you see here is basically a stand for clothes. So this is again an antique piece. It's very sturdy, and I have just tried to put in the plants because I love some kind of artistic rendering with the plants. So that's how I just put those plants which are not very utility, but it gives a green look to the space. So as an art student, I have always admired Piet Mondrian's works, the minimal works. So this is one which is inspired from his line of genre. But then of course this alone is not my way of working. So again, this is a batik done by me. So fabric is a ground for me to play with. So I always enjoy playing with fabrics. As a student, I specialized in block prints. So that took me to block prints where I design the blocks. So I take inspiration from ancient architecture and then I design the blocks. So these are some of the yalis that you see in the temples, which I have tried to capture them in a more contemporary format. So these prints, what you see on my fabric is also, again, see, this is a human chain that is on the pillars of the so this particular block that you see is this block. This is a human chain. So this is again from Annamalai sculpture, temple architecture. So now we walk into my kids' room. Again, here you see a lot of antiques happening. This table here you see is a study table that my husband used, and now it's a piano table for my son. This clock is again from our native. So this has to be keyed twice in between 2 days. Then again, this we made it to work. It was not in a working condition. This is again a library of books for my younger son. So he stocks all his day-to-day books in this. And the birds that you see, my elder son is into birding. So he is into ethical birding, photography, as well as he is into study of birds. So his interest started with the pandemic. So we have a lot of visitors on our window panel. So these tiny birds, especially during the pandemic time when there was no traffic, the birds used to come in. We have a lot of parrots coming in. We used to have a lot of sparrows sitting on our window panels. We have pigeons, we have a lot of different birds coming in. And this is my younger son's passion for architecture. He does a lot of perspective drawings, probably taken up from me. So as I take classes, he used to, from behind, he used to observe the perspective, and that is where he has caught up with all these perspective drawings, the shadings, all those. And this is again, this table unfolds like this with a very simple technique of that lever anchoring the top. So this is again the study table which was used by my grandfather. My grandfather meaning my father-in-law's father. So that was again, it was on the it was not in a usable condition, which we again took it here, we made it to use. Again, moving on to the cot. This cot again, this is picked up from my neighbor in native. So he called again, very similar to the chest that I was talking in the almirah that I was talking in the other room. So he is the same person who called my husband. So along with the cupboard there, he picked up the cot also. He was very happy to hand it over to him, because he knew that one day this cot is getting used, it's not in the loft. So that way he was very happy. So then again we made this unit, the small, like those small tiny tots for those cots. We also try to put something fresh to the cot. So we made this, probably they are not very perfect, but yeah, so this is a small effort that we try to keep doing to give it life and a new look to it. Thank you for watching my home tour, and for more such lovely contents, do subscribe to Homely by LBB.